I'm the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from our lavish home studio here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view. How in the heck are you doing, world?
Yeah! I'm the one and only Alley Top, broadcasting alongside the man, the myth, the legend, the radio god, the man you wish you could be but will never be, Chris freaking Top. And our live looks like this.
It's sideways. What did you do?
I have no idea.
Why is Erica all sideways?
I don't know how to fix it.
I was just bragging about being the tech guy, and now it's all like jacked up.
Fix it. How do we fix it for real?
I don't know. Just move it. Move the camera or move the phone a little bit,
How?
and maybe it'll like fix itself. Because usually it fixes itself when you turn it sideways.
And then Dustin Gibbs said,
"This
it's
is live
sideways.
radio.
Great.
Live radio."
Okay, so now it looks like, like this. It looks like
You could
this.
just hold it
Bruh, no.
the whole time,
The whole
and that
time.
way you can like zoom in
Yeah, no.
and do stuff like that.
You can't turn your phone while recording. It's, look.
Tur-
All of a
there
sudden,
it goes.
It's like a new rule. Okay.
There it goes.
But
Facebook's
sideways again.
Always changing stuff. Well, give it a second, and maybe it'll fix itself.
She looks like this.
I don't know why. Well, just hold your phone right.
Did you turn the rotation?
What does that mean? Let's see.
I think they must
your
have changed
screen
something.
locked
Did they
on?
change something on the app?
No, I don't think so.
If you're listening on to the podcast or on the website, we do a Facebook Live as well. And of course, we find this out as soon as we start the live
I'm gonna
show
cry.
that we're having difficulties. But that's okay. Just stick it up there. We'll be fine. People can tilt their head
Yeah.
while they watch. It'll make it more interesting. Maybe. I don't know. So are you having a good day so far?
I'm having a good day. It just feels weird because we're doing a
What's
show
weird?
at night.
So it's
That's
6
weird.
o'clock. We're still youngins. Well, you are. I'm not. Yeah,
Hey.
but we've been so unproductive the last couple of days.
For real, though.
Like we haven't. I mean, I went to the gym today, but I mean, that's about
more than
it.
That's more than what most people do.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You did some work from home.
Yeah, a little bit. I didn't do all the things I was supposed to, but
That's okay.
I got close.
That's okay. I mean, yesterday too. I mean, we just kind of sit around and watch TV.
We did, and we ate things that were really bad
Oh
for
man,
us.
really, really bad. Yeah.
And tonight we're probably gonna watch more TV.
Probably. I don't know. You know what I'm kind of bummed out about though?
What?
Not about the interview, but I'm like they've got their open mic tonight at Ravenwood, and like we can't go because we're here doing this.
Right?
So it's like that was just bad planning, I think.
Wah,
But you know, that's just the way it works out sometimes. So, Erica, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
It is so good. I've been looking forward to this for like when did we talk about it? The first like 2 months ago?
Yeah, the local Clarksville meeting.
Yeah. Why did it take so long to plan? Was there something going, or did we just say 2 months? It was my fault, wasn't it?
Well, I think you were booked, and
Maybe.
then this was like my first
I
availability.
probably just say stuff like that to sound important. It's like, yeah, let me look at my calendar. I can do it when I could really do it in 5 minutes. You know, is the thing. But anyway, yeah. And I'll tell you what, Clarksville Local, they do some great stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, we wouldn't have had a chance to meet you and talk about doing this if it hadn't been for them.
Yeah, their mingle event was like, I made so many great connections there
Yeah.
with a lot of people. We got connected with the Wags and Wings event there. I mean, it was fantastic.
Yeah. So, okay, so we've already mentioned it. So let's talk a little bit about the open mic because I love stuff like that. I mean, as you can tell, if you look at my wall, you know, we have all kinds of independent artists on the show, and we love the whole like music thing. But I mean, I guess open mic's more than just music, right?
Yeah, so for us, I know some places do open mic and it's like just strictly music, but for us, we want to kind of highlight all talents that Clarksville have. So it first started, I was contacted about doing a poetry reading night.
Was that Arizona?
It was Arizona.
I love her.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's great. She's like
She's lit.
the contact person originally, and now I'm contacting with Jonathan Youngblood, which he's got his own thing that he does, and it's fantastic.
Yes.
But so they about doing like a poetry thing, and then we decided to kind of transition it into an open mic and invite all kinds of talent. So we have singers, we have songwriters, we have poetry. I'm still holding out for a magician because I love it. So
Right.
hopefully someday.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm putting the word out now. If you're a magician, please.
We've got to have a magician somewhere in Clarksville, I would think.
I thought you were going to say we got to have a magician on the show, but they would only be good for Facebook Live.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
Magic.
We'd be like, "Oh wow, that was such a cool trick," and all the listeners would be like, "What? We didn't see anything. What was so cool about it?" So, is like the poetry? Is it like? Do they do like mostly slam poetry kind of stuff, or?
So a lot of it is stuff they write themselves and like spoken word sort of thing. There's people that come in that like to do it. We've had some people that need to do something for their class and they're too nervous to stand up in front of their class and read their speech, so they'll stand up and read their speech in front of us, and it kind of
makes it
calms
easier.
The nerves before they have to do it and be graded on it.
Now, do you audition people before they sign up for the open mic, or do you just kind of let them go?
No, we just let them go. So
that's kind of scary, though, right?
It's kind of scary because you never know what you're gonna get.
I don't know if these guys are going to be good or not. But.
Well, we're just hopeful, and even if you're not the greatest, if you think you're fantastic, we want to be able to let you do your thing. So.
Yeah. So it gives people that, maybe it's a bucket list thing they've got to mark off, and they can just go. And, for me, I have such a good time when I go to stuff like that. And it could be like a really good performance or a really bad performance, and I'm still going to have a good time. A lot of times it's about the atmosphere, it's about the company you're with, and, and sometimes what you're watching, might become background noise, but it's still fun, as long as the atmosphere is cool.
You should go up there and do some slam poetry.
I don't know,
I've heard
man.
you do some slam poetry, and it's slamming.
I don't know.
What I'm saying?
I don't know, maybe. Well, I mean, they don't audition, so I could probably go sing.
No, I don't sing. Do slam poetry, spoken word, something. Not
now, Erica, do you ever participate in the open mic stuff, or are you just strictly I'm social media chick and
no,
I don't do that.
I don't really do that. I take the pictures, I promote it. I'm more of a let me not be up there and do things.
Okay, so you're behind the scenes.
Yes,
you're the reason it's such a success.
Yeah. I'm part of the reason. There's so many other people, but yeah.
Now you have open mic on is it the first Monday of every month?
Yep.
Okay, and then what was going on last Friday? Didn't you have something there last Friday?
Yeah, so every Friday we've started this new series of highlighting a local artist in the area. So they come and they perform on Friday nights, and we do board games. It's Friday night live music, and then we have board games. All ages are welcome. And we really just try to give local artists a chance to highlight what they want to do.
That's cool. And what's your definition of a local artist? Is it somebody in a 50-mile radius, or is it right in Clarksville? Or
yeah, probably. I mean, honestly, anything. We have somebody that's coming that is a Clarksville native, but currently living in Colorado, and they're coming back to town in December, so he's going to perform one night.
That'll be fun,
on the 13th. So, yeah, we have, honestly, anybody that wants to come perform. We want to be a place where people who are maybe this is their first time performing, or they've performed a lot, just want to come and perform and have a great time with us.
Okay, and how do they get in touch with you if they're interested in doing something like that, like Facebook, or do they email you, or how does that work?
Yeah, they can just message the Facebook page. I usually put my personal cell phone number on all of our flyers and stuff for anything. If people want to contact me for extra questions, they can do that. But
okay, and then you had some events this weekend, and then you had one of our favorite local pizza places that actually helped cater for the event. And what was that on Saturday?
So Saturday we had an event where they help military spouses kind of learn how to create their own small businesses, and they teach them different tricks that they might need. And Capriggio's catered that with some pizzas and stuff, and it was just a great time. We had a great turnout. Everybody seemed to really enjoy it, and so yeah. Yeah,
and we ate there. I guess it was probably a month ago or 3 weeks ago or something like
probably
that.
Probably a month from now.
Yeah, and it was delicious, and I love the atmosphere there as well, because. I don't know his name, but I guess the guy that owns it. Do you know his name?
Alana owns it, and then her sons work there.
Okay, maybe it was one of her sons, I guess, but he was just really, really interacting with the guests and stuff, and it was just a lot of fun. A lot of fun being there, I think.
Yeah, maybe Carlos or Giovanni, I think.
I don't know. He was cool, though. Yeah. He was really cool. Okay, so we had an experience. Well, we've had a couple of experiences, but you've had more than I have going to Ravenwood. But when we went the first time, because we wanted to try it out before we had you on the show, for sure. So we ordered like 3 different drinks and split them, and then we got some of the pastries as well. We got the fudge, and then we got some kind of lavender cookie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I thought, why are you getting the lavender cookie? Look at this other stuff. It looks so good. And then she gets the lavender cookie, and I taste it, and I'm like, man, this is delicious.
Yeah, the lavender
It was like
stuff
refreshing.
is great.
Yeah. And then I got the fudge, which was amazing. And we got, you got the Reese's.
Yes, I got like a large.
Yeah, you got
No, I really
the
needed to
Reese's,
get a
and then
medium.
I asked the gentleman that took our order. I said, "So, what's your favorite drink?" That's what I want. So he actually gave us the s'mores, which I was skeptical about. So I sat down and I took a sip, and I was like, "This is amazing. This is delicious." And we just breathed in all 3 drinks. I mean, they were gone just like that. And I was amazed at a few of the things. Like the drinks were all, I guess, unique, and also the price. I could not believe the kind of deal we were getting.
Dude, for real though.
Yeah, I mean, right?
For real,
Because I mean, what we paid for 3 drinks and 2 of the sweets. I feel like it should have just been 2 drinks.
right, like at Starbucks, it would have been.
Yeah,
But like for much, much better coffee, we paid a lot less.
yeah, and I don't know what it is. I mean, there's something magical that they do there.
I think they put like magic potions in there. From,
I don't-
like,
maybe.
Snape,
Maybe.
because like it is like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like and we walk in, and the atmosphere and like is really cool. It's clean, and I look at all the stuff that's for sale, like on the shelves and stuff, and I had to ask. I was like, was this local stuff? And the guy said, yeah, it's all from like local artists and
All that stuff is
craftspeople
handmade.
and the mugs I looked at, I couldn't believe the mug.
so
They had
cool.
like the Spider-Man mug and like some other stuff.
I
and
got a Gryffindor hair tie from there.
you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah. It was lit. Like my friend made it, and it was like, I have to do it.
Isn't that cool though? Going to Ravenwood and then you are able to purchase something that your friend made. That's
Made
right
me feel
there.
so
That is
happy.
so cool.
It was.
I mean, what a great experience. And for me, like if I have friends in town, we're going to Ravenwood. If they're like,
yeah.
hey, can we go to Starbucks? I got a better idea.
Like that's what I want to do for my birthday now, because there's like a big room in the back, and like
Yeah.
I just want to like
have a big birthday party there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you do that?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have an event space in the back. So we've had wedding showers, baby showers, all that stuff.
I was bummed out because we ate in the front, and then we like kind of like snooped around a little bit and looked in the back, and I was like, man, I could have like totally took a nap back here after I finished eating.
Oh, yes. Those
'Cause
chairs
those
are
chairs-
so comfy.
Yeah, if I'd known those chairs were there, that's where we would have been. I would probably still be there right now if I'd known those chairs
They
were there
have board
before
games back there, books.
Yeah, you could just spend the day there.
For real. And
Yeah.
I would.
I know you would, because you got the little punch card.
I do.
Yeah, and how many punches do you have in it already?
Well, I think about 6.
So you're getting close. It's like 10, right?
I think.
Yeah,
Is
so
it-
you get like 10 punches on the punch card, and then you get a free drink.
Yep.
Yeah. So Ravenwood's been there since April. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you guys have gotten, I guess, a lot of good response from the community, stuff like that. And recently, you've got some really good news that happened 3 days ago. So if you're
Yes.
listening to the show or watching Facebook Live and you don't know what we're about to talk about, I don't want to spoil it. I'm going to let you talk about it.
Okay, so we actually opened in April of this year, and we were honestly really shocked and blown away that in June they announced that we were nominated for Best of Clarksville. And since then, we've been promoting it. We've been trying to get our name out there, do all this stuff. And Thursday, they had the event, and we actually won Best of Clarksville. So we were voted best place to get a cup of coffee in all of Clarksville. And
Now, were you like shocked, or were you surprised when you won it, or were you like, yeah, I knew we had it in the bag?
we were so surprised
Yeah.
because we were up against like other fantastic coffee shops in the
Sure,
area that do their
sure.
own thing. I mean, all these places they're really good. So
And you probably have a good relationship with the other places as well.
yeah, I mean,
would
It's
think,
not like
yeah.
you're going down.
yeah,
You're going
I
down,
will-
Lassiter's. We're going to smoke you.
We like to think. I mean, we like each other's like Instagram stuff and
Yeah, well,
like
that's
that.
good.
I mean,
That's
I mean,
good.
I like all of them. I've had coffee in all of them, and they have good coffee. And
So
we
there's
have
no
good
rivals
coffee.
or anything like that.
Not on our end. I'm interested.
Maybe now after they won Best of Clarksville, you know.
All the haters are coming out.
Yeah.
You look in your rearview mirror and see somebody from Starbucks. Then you'll look behind you and they'll be gone.
I know Two Birds Coffee Company, they do like a cold brew, and they had mentioned doing like a cold brew competition and like have all of these coffee shops do their cold brew and have the community vote on it. So that might be something.
That could be cool.
You
I
guys
know.
are probably
Yeah.
on that too.
Oh, well, thanks.
Now you use a particular coffee. It's Black Rifle coffee, and
Yes.
if I'm remembering correctly from the extensive research that I did, it comes out of Utah.
Yeah.
I think the
well,
Black
they
Rifle
have
coffee.
a place in Utah, and then they also have some other places I can't remember, but they opened a place in Coffee County, Tennessee.
So what makes the Black Rifle like so special?
So for us, it's that they're a veteran-owned coffee company, and a lot of the proceeds from purchases of the coffee go to veteran-friendly organizations.
Oh, I did
And-
not know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so on the back of like the bags and stuff, it'll say, and then there's special blends. So there's like a thin blue line blend that the purchase of that goes to support local different law enforcement and stuff. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
specialty blends that they have that proceeds go to. And we're like a veteran family, and
Right,
we've been
yeah.
drinking it like personally in the family for a long time. So when we wanted to like open a shop, we knew we were like, oh,
So you knew that
definitely
was
Black
the one.
Rifle, yeah.
that was the one. So what was the whose idea was it in the beginning to open Ravenwood?
Well, so we actually started out at the mill, and John was just like doing his woodworking, and then Christy started kind of just playing around with making her own syrups, doing that kind of thing. And then she decided to start selling some of the coffee, and then it became like really popular. So they kind of moved inside of the mill. And then John actually had some medical issues, had a heart attack, so they ended up having to like step back from everything for a little bit. And then one day we just drove past the building we're in, and it said it was for sale, and we're like, it had been probably about a little over a year since we had done anything, so we were like, I think this is a great building. Let's check it out. And we messaged the person, and we toured it, and it was fantastic, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and it worked. Yeah, I was telling Allie the other day, and I know she would have a problem with this, but if we lived in those apartments beside it,
Yes.
we would be there every single day,
Every day.
probably twice a day.
Oh, yeah.
I would
Yeah.
probably just be in there doing work.
We have a great relationship with the tenants there, so yeah, we
Yeah.
We
Now,
love it.
And how often do you get a chance to actually go to Ravenwood and just kind of sit down and relax? Or do you, like, if you walk in the door, do they push you to work?
Sometimes I can go and relax. I'm like a crazy busy person just in general. I do like have a full-time job like other than this. So
Right.
this is just like the family side business for me.
Yeah.
So I'm usually there on the weekends, and I try to take time to relax and just hang out, but usually I'm like making flyers, or I'm on social media, or I'm organizing the game room, or I'm
You don't
talking
ever
to
sleep,
people.
do you?
I'm up a lot, yeah.
Because you graduated back in 2017.
Yeah.
And you've got like 19 degrees or something, don't you?
Well, I got
You got 2, right?
yeah, 2,
Yeah.
and then I'm currently working on my master's. So
Okay,
it's
okay, so-
it's a process.
So where do you want to end up? Like, what do you want to be doing?
Yeah, so I'm actually getting my master's in forensic psychology.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. It's fantastic. So after, the goal is kind of do behavioral analysis, criminal justice wise, serial
Love
killers,
that.
study all the
Yes.
crazy,
Okay,
study
yes.
the crazy people, all of that stuff.
Are
Do you really like watching like
I knew this was coming.
Documentaries
of course.
Yes.
That's all the podcasts I listen to.
Did you watch on Netflix? Do you have Netflix or anything?
Yeah.
Did you watch those Ted Bundy tapes?
Was Zac Efron or because I watched both?
There's like the Zac. Yeah, okay. There's the Zac Efron one, and then there's like the Ted Bundy tapes, and then everybody was going around being like, Ted Bundy's hot.
I know, which I heard. Like, there was some backlash for that, but that's the point, because Ted Bundy was like, that's how he lured these women. Rolled, yeah. He was attractive.
So everybody would have been Ted Bundy's victim then.
I mean, yeah.
So where does a person with that degree end up at? Like, what would you do?
Well, I'm currently working at Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
Okay.
So the goal for me.
So did you do like a background check on me before you came?
Oh, definitely.
Over here? I knew it. See, I knew it.
Yeah. So the goal is kind of to maybe start a behavioral analysis unit there, because TBI doesn't currently have one.
Mm-hmm.
For real? They don't have one?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of like local law enforcement agencies don't really have one because they rely heavily on like the FBI's behavioral analysis unit. So my goal would be kind of to start one there, and hopefully that works out. But I love to like collaborate with other local law enforcement, and like if they have like missing children or like a case that's really stumping them, they can call and I'd go and analyze the stuff. And
so that's your passion.
That is so cool to me.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, is it like a vacation for you when you're doing the Ravenwood stuff, or?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's a good break. So it's my boyfriend's family, and I love them, and they're my family.
They just put you right to work.
You know, yeah. I volunteered, but I'm also a perfectionist and a tiny bit controlling, so I don't think I could let it go.
So what is your favorite drink at Ravenwood?
French vanilla latte.
The French vanilla latte.
That's all I get every
that's
time.
It.
You don't try anything different.
Now, what about like a frozen drink? Do you have like a favorite frozen drink?
Well, interesting enough, I don't like coffee a lot.
What?
Well, I know, tea.
What?
I really didn't like coffee at all until I like joined this family, and then I tried it, and that's like, it's fantastic. Like
that's
the French
when you
vanilla
were
latte.
forced to like coffee.
Yeah, I was like, well, if we're gonna have a coffee shop, I need to try this coffee. So I drank it, French vanilla latte. I love it. But I still kind of, the fraps to me taste too much like coffee, so I get the creamers, which is everything that a frap is minus the coffee.
Okay.
So it's like perfect for kids. Like kids come in and they'll get it, or people that don't really like coffee, like cold coffee like me. I'm not a cold coffee person. I'm a hot coffee person.
Yeah, I'm hot coffee first, but then I like the frozen coffee. It's not like an iced coffee, but I do like the frozen stuff.
I like all of it.
You like anything.
I'm obsessed with coffee. I have an addiction to coffee.
Yeah,
that's
she
not a
really
bad
does.
thing.
She really, really does. Okay, so where was I at? So we talked about Best of Clarksville. We talked about the open mic night. We talked about the music. You do the music every Friday? Mm-hmm. Okay, so is there anything else that I missed? Like anything event-wise that I missed? Because I feel like there's just so much that you guys do.
We do, yeah. So there's a couple things that we're going to be starting. We're going to be starting a Saturday morning story time. And people can bring in their kids, and we're going to read to them. And
oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah,
that's
you
cute.
can read it. We're actually starting that this Saturday, actually, which I'm going to be posting and announcing it later this week. But this is like a pre-announcement. But
so people heard here first.
Yeah, heard here first.
Yeah, how cool do you feel?
That is so cool. I feel super cool.
There was an official Ravenwood announcement made on our show. So this is going to be on Saturday mornings.
Yep, at 9 o'clock.
At 9 a.m., and then parents can bring their kids in for a book reading.
Yeah, you can read your
Who's
own
gonna
books.
Be reading the books?
Either me or Christy or any of the baristas that just want to like volunteer.
That's so cool.
And we want kids to like bring in their favorite books, and we'll read their books.
Aww.
And it's kind of just like reading, is so important, and I love reading.
I love that you're encouraging kids to read, because that's a big issue on my heart right now, is like making sure that kids are reading and stuff, because like it's a different world now, and books aren't as like pushed anymore, because there's other options like the iPad and stuff like that.
Yes,
which is great. I mean, I'm all for like advancements, but like I don't want them to like lose that magic of reading a book.
I know. I read so many books growing up and still read
too.
so many things. So that's why we have the kids area in the back that's full of like books and puzzles and Legos and stuff to kind of promote the brain of learning and education as opposed to, hey, why don't you play on this tablet?
Our cat is crashing on the show.
I love it. Cats
Well,
are
there are
cute.
so many things that you guys do, I think, for the community, like the open mic and the book reading coming up and, the Friday night thing. And you just serve good coffee.
Oh, well, thank you.
And we walk in there, we automatically felt at home. We love the decor, we love the crafts on the walls, and then most importantly, it was just good coffee. Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
thank
I
you.
can't say. I'm trying to find something negative to say, but I can't.
Right? I haven't seen like one thing in there that
Because
I'm like,
I was going to tell you.
Right?
I appreciate the
Yeah.
constructive criticism.
Yeah,
for sure,
and I wanted to give you some, but I couldn't think of anything.
I know, like,
and I was
everything
even
is
looking. I was even looking through some comments because there's always something bad on the internet.
Oh, of course.
Always. But I'm going through these and I just see great coffee, friendly, knowledgeable staff, welcoming environment. I agree. They have the most amazing coffee drinks ever. Way better and way cheaper than, and I won't say. But I mean, and there's some more. But I think I drive by here every day on my way to work. I finally stopped and was not disappointed. 2 young girls were ahead of me and one behind me. Some were getting free coffee for report cards. And it goes on and on. But, I mean, I could keep reading, but they're all positive. And it's just, and I love that. I love the way the community's really embraced Ravenwood. And it shows because you guys did get Best of Clarksville.
Yeah, we were so
And
thankful.
you said you were surprised and you're thankful and you guys are humble and that's wonderful. But I wasn't surprised.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I don't think you were either.
I wasn't either because. She's so cute. Anyway, I wasn't surprised because every time I've gone in there, it's been just like, it's more than just the coffee, but the coffee is the best tasting. Like, the experience itself. Like, I feel like I'm going into, like, Hogwarts every time I go in there, and it makes me so happy. And just, like, the local vibe, like, all the stuff, like, the crafts and stuff. Like, I think that's so cool. Like, I bought this, like, bag that says something like, first we drink the coffee and then we do the things, and it was like the best $5 I ever spent because I carry it around everywhere.
Oh, well, good.
And it's such a good deal on the coffee. On any of the drinks that you get, it is such a good deal. And I can't, everybody I talk to, when they say they're going to go get coffee or going to meet somebody for coffee, I always say, have you been to Ravenwood yet? I say that to everybody. And
Me too.
I have no reservations about that. It's
I'm
like,
bringing all my friends there. Like, I have been bringing all my friends there.
Thank you so much.
yeah. Because I would have had a hard time having you on the show if we didn't love it.
Oh, well, I'm glad you love it. I know.
Yeah, because we kind of set it up before we ever even really tried it out. But I'm so glad that we set it up, if for no other reason. We have a new favorite place.
He believed me because I was there first.
Yeah, you did go before.
Yeah.
You went before we set the show up. So you already knew that it was going to be good.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea. And I don't love coffee as much as you do. I really like coffee a lot, but not as much as you do.
I'm not, like, I talk
Now,
about coffee all the time.
Are the items that you can get, like the sweets, the muffins and all that, is that homemade?
So just about everything is. We do partner with Serendipity Sweets, and that's who does the fudge.
And that's local, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're a local business. They do, like, the fudge and the truffles and the turtles and all, like, the Harry Potter kind of themed stuff.
Yeah.
And then we do the cookies and the brownies and
The muffins?
Yes, the muffins, the bagels.
Those muffins look beautiful. I haven't had one yet, but they look beautiful.
They're so good.
Because when we went to test everything, you were sold out, which is a good sign.
Oh, for sure.
And I was told that we need to get there probably earlier if we want to get a muffin, because they do sell out pretty fast. But then the next time we went back, I wasn't on a cheat day, and they had the muffins. I was like, oh, I must have done something because karma's against me right now. But they look beautiful.
They do. They're so delicious, dude. Like, I tried that chocolate one that was like triple chocolate or whatever.
Oh, so good.
Oh, like it was like crack. Like I was gonna say it. Like, it was so freaking good.
Now, you said something about Halloween. You're going to do something on the 25th
Yes,
for
do
Halloween?
tell.
Yeah, so the 25th we are having a Halloween party and a tarot night. So we've partnered with Rune in the Moon, and they're a local shop. And
I've never heard of this shop.
Oh, yeah, it's super cool. And they're coming. They have local readers. We're going to just have like a costume party. It's Harry Potter themed. We're going to...
So when you say it's Harry Potter themed, what's going to be going down?
Well, we are going to definitely be doing your idea about sorting hat. That's like a fantastic idea. And people can wear like their robes and your best costume. And we're just going to have a great night. There's going to be tea readings and tarot readings. And it's just going to be super fun. It's the first kind of event we're doing like this. So
I will go
like
just because I love you. All right, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything about Harry Potter. But I do like their coffee, so I'll go for that.
Yes, I want to go.
I mean, do you have to dress like Harry Potter themed, or can you dress as something else?
No,
I
you
mean,
can wear whatever costume you want. And it is family, kid-friendly, so you can bring your kids. It's no age limit.
Okay, so when you say it's family and kid-friendly, like we can't show up looking like Jason and Freddy?
I mean, you could, but maybe don't scare people.
Okay, so I do want to thank before we hit the road. I do want to thank Clarksville Local for all their support, for all of the local businesses like Ravenwood and like other businesses that are out there and just scraping by and that are thriving. Whoever they are, they help everybody out, and it's a wonderful organization. And also Visit Clarksville does a lot of good stuff too, because they're always reposting and giving shout outs to local businesses and those types of things as well. And those are two organizations that I love to bring up during every podcast, and they're actually featured on the website as well. Now, if you're listening on iHeart, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, you're listening to an archive show. So if you ever want to watch the Facebook Live and follow along with the podcast and see what's going on behind the scenes, just check out the Chris Top Program on Facebook. You can go to christopprogram.com and get more details on all that stuff. And I do want to thank Magnolia Emporium as well, one of our sponsors. And they've been our friends for years and years, and they help us out with CMA Fest every year. And we couldn't do a lot of stuff if it wasn't for them.
Amen.
So what's your favorite drink at Ravenwood?
Probably the Reese's Frap. Like, that just changed my life. And I'm a big fan of caramel fraps, so, like, the other day I tried that to see, like, if it was as good, and I was like, yes, this is the best caramel one I've ever had. And I've tried the butter beer. I like that, and I like
Now, what is a
everything.
butter beer? I don't
It's
know.
like
I'm not a Harry Potter guy,
yeah,
but I mean,
it's
so
just butter beer. Like, it's like, it kind of tastes like butterscotch, I guess.
okay.
I like that.
What's in a butter beer? Like,
Well, that is a secret ingredient. I know.
okay, so I guess it's one of those things. It's
But
like,
if you've been to Universal Studios, ours is very, very similar to what you would have in
so I need
Universal.
to try it then.
You
I would
should.
probably
It's-
like it. Is it
it's
like a
good.
frozen drink or what is it?
You can get it as a frap, but usually we just do it as like a butter beer, and it's like just a normal like drink.
All right, so all the Harry Potter geek kids will come in and they'll be like ordering butter beers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, 'cause it's fun.
It's popular.
Yeah. Okay.
That
Okay.
was the first thing I had there.
All right. So anything? You got anything else?
This is the best place to get coffee. Get coffee there.
I had fun. This was fun.
It was.
And Eric, I've got to thank you because you're actually our first local business to have on the show. We've
Oh,
never done this
thank
before because we usually have independent artists on, and we've had a couple of local Clarksville artists on. We're trying that out a little bit too. And I've approached a few businesses, but they're all like, I don't know, man, it's a podcast, and I don't know you. You know, so it's
really
kind of
what
hard
I said?
sometimes to kind of break in there. But I feel like the bar is already high because we've had Ravenwood on, you know? So
Thank you so much.
I'm thinking people
Minus
are going
our
to...
Facebook Live being fit, like sideways.
I don't. I think people are going to flock to us now. They're going to be like, we got to be on the show now.
I'm telling everybody I know. So.
Yeah, but did you have fun though?
Oh, this was fantastic.
Well, good.
Podcasts are my secret obsession. So
Good,
dream
good.
come true bucket list check mark.
Checked off.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to bring up that we missed, or did we do okay?
I think you did fantastic.
Yeah.
Like you did everything.
Covered it all.
Covered everything.
Covered it all. Okay. All right. Do you take us out this time, or is
yeah,
it my
I think
turn?
it's my turn.
It's always your turn.
It's not always my turn.
Every
Come
time.
on, bro.
I'm
Stop
kidding. You
hating.
go ahead.
I dab on them haters. Thank you for listening to the Chris Top program. There are a million, bajillion, quadrillion things you could have been doing now, but you chose to listen to us, and that's pretty cool, I guess. So even though it's like almost 7 at night, make sure you get some coffee. And life is good, and we're gone.